Okay, this is Crafty Gamer Oz66 and we are back with this part 3 of this problem we're having at KBFI in the Joseki design scenery, and I don't know what is going on. So here we are in the Steam edition now, and as you can see I have double lines in front of me, so we have that scenery problem that we discussed in part 2. So flying over the top of the scenery from runway 32, you can see all the double up lines. Now I haven't deleted anything except for the global airports folder from custom scenery. It's the only thing that's been deleted at the moment. I've got to have a look and see if the default airport data file is there, and I will delete that file as well. Now again, I have parked aircraft turned on, I have shadows turned on, and I have the same settings as the previous digital version, except I've got the graphic number of objects up a little bit higher, just to try and show a bit more of the airport. So as I said, this is the Steam version. Now we have this Boeing building here, which I'm pretty sure is there in the other one as well. Anyway, see the double ups in aircraft? There are double ups pretty much everywhere you go. This is with the draw parked aircraft on. There seems to be double ups. Now I'll get to that in a moment. If we come down the end here, like we did in the previous version, we can already see the problems, not just with the scenery below us, but in the distance. Aha! Yes, the buildings are not there. So we still have that double up scenery problem that was there originally. And we come down to the end in the same place that we were before. Let's have a look at these buildings first and foremost. Let's have a look at the lights. Are they on the side of the building or are they floating in air? That's one of the primary problems I had. Right, no, they're on the sides of the building. Okay, that's fine. That is not a problem there. Now I'll come up here and I will pause the sim, change the view, and we will have a look. So just let me adjust my heading. Okay, straighten it up a bit. Okay, now I'll change my view and let's have a look around. Okay, so what do we notice here? Firstly, there's an aircraft in that area like I said there was. There's no double ups on it this time, which is interesting. There's no piggybacks on that one, but we do have, as you can see, other aircraft over here we have sitting there, but we don't have the building at the end of the roadway here. That's not there, and we do not have the Boeing building. We do not have what should be here. These other buildings are here, and I can't seem to get rid of them. So what is going on? I have no idea, but we're in the exact right spot where we should be. We have no car park, no Boeing building, and quite frankly, we have a bit of a mess. Now, as I said, this is the Steam version. So shouldn't it all be the same? They're the same version of X-Plane, 11.26 R2, I think it is, the latest build, 112601. Both versions exactly the same. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of that airport data file, if I could find it, from the resources folder, because I have nothing else in the can't even think, in the custom scenery folder. I have no global airports in the custom scenery folder at all. So I'm going to go to the resources folder. I'm going to go to the default data, or was it default scenery? Default scenery, I think it was. No, it wasn't. Yes, it was. Default scenery and default airport data, EarthNav data, and there is the 285,000 kilobyte airport data file. So I'm going to delete that. What's in the README notes? I don't care. nothing important as far as I'm concerned. So I deleted the airport data file from the resources, default scenery, airport, EarthNav data file. So I'll just go through that again, sorry, so that you know where it is. It's from the resources, default scenery, default airport data, EarthNav data, and you'll find the airport.data file there, 285,000 odd bytes. I delete that, reload the scenery, and let's see what happens. Okay, big anticipation now as we wait to see what happens. But in the end, as I said, both files now, both versions of X-Plane 11, digital and Steam, have no global airports folder in them, in the custom scenery folder whatsoever. So did I need to delete that? Should I put it back? Is that part of the problem? All I know is deleting these airport data files from the default stuff seems to get rid of it, because placing the global airports folder at the bottom of the scenery INI folder has done nothing. Is this a problem with the latest update? When I first purchased Steam version, it was 11.25. Then it updated to 11.26 R2. Unfortunately, I didn't have the Seattle Airports package at the time. I only bought that after. I only bought that just the other day. So is it a problem with that update of X-Plane 11? Is that what is causing this issue? Because nothing else seems to be resolving this issue whatsoever, apart from deleting the airport data files. Okay, there we go. I have deleted the airport data file. Look at that. Look at that. No more double ups on the scenery at all as far as the taxiway lines go and the signs go and everything. That looks like it should look, according to everyone's videos and Drzecki design videos that I see. That's exactly how things should look, and it looks beautiful, looks perfect. We still have, of course, double up aircraft, but we still do not have the building here or the Boeing building over here. So what the hell is going wrong? What is different between Steam and the digital? What else could it be? I cannot imagine, I cannot even think of what else could be the problem. And if you don't have a copy of the digital version or the box version handy to be able to experiment, you would never know. If you just bought the Steam version and then, say, bought Drzecki Seattle Airports and were flying around and didn't have any of the scenery issues like I've had here at KBFI, and you didn't have the Boeing building here, you would never know unless you invested the time to look at videos on YouTube and look at and say, well, hang on, I'm missing a building. But because I was lucky enough to get a copy of the digital edition as well, then I'm able to see that there is a difference. So what is causing the difference? This is the only thing. I have no understanding of what is causing the difference. Now, I'm going to turn these parked aircraft off on this one. And just to, where's that again? Graphics, draw parked aircraft. I'm going to turn that off. And I'm going to put this done and let it reload again. And this way, we should get rid now of those double up aircraft. But it doesn't answer my question. So what is the difference between Steam digital and digital version? Because if the digital version has things allowing in it that the Steam edition doesn't, then I feel ripped off. I feel, as it is already with the Steam edition, that there were Aerosoft airports apparently included in either the Aerosoft version or the digital version, which I still don't have anyway, that other people seem to have had that I haven't. Now, in the Steam forums, it says if you reload your client, your Steam client, it will download those missing airports. Well, I've done all that, and it doesn't fix the problem. You still have, you get some Aerosoft airports, you have some bonus airports, but you don't get the airports that others have had from Aerosoft. Shouldn't we all have the same thing? Isn't that what it's all about? Should we not have we've all bought the same product, we've all paid for the same exact product, be it Steam, digital, boxed, whatever. Shouldn't they be 100% exactly the same? Any giveaways from Aerosoft or freebies from Aerosoft or anything else should be included, but they're not. So now you can see anyway, with the draw parked aircraft turned off, now I have these static aircraft that I did not have in the other version, in the digital version, especially this AWACS. I'll have to make a note. I don't think that was there before, that plane there. But there are aircraft here that don't appear to be in the other version. But I'm missing buildings. Now let's have a fly around. Let's just have a look around at this. And as I say, this is the Steam edition. Still have trees growing in the middle of the road. I don't know why we still have trees growing in the middle of the road. But as I say, I mean, this is not a fault of Drazeki Design. I thought originally it might have been a problem with Drazeki Design. Maybe I didn't get the proper files, or when I purchased the product, maybe there was an update done that I wasn't aware of. Maybe there was you know, a corruption in my files. Maybe my Windows screwed something up, or you know, but it's not. There's nothing. It's not to do with Drazeki Design scenery. It's to do with X-Plane 11, and I'm probably sure it's not anything to do with Laminar Research either. But I don't know what it is. So whatever it is, I'm feeling very ripped off with the Steam edition right now, spending the exact same amount of money that everybody else has spent, and for some reason you get missing scenery. That I just don't understand why. I really don't. So let's just have another fly around. I'll just switch back the view to the front here so we can have a good look. As I say, as far as the scenery goes and the way the designer has designed the airport and scenery and everything, I can't fault it. It's beautiful. Everything I've ever gotten from this company, Drazeki Design, in the past has been quite beautiful. Lovely scenery. And I have certain scenery makers that I support. Orbix, Drazeki Design, Fly Tampa, Aerosoft. I support all them because they make wonderful, wonderful scenery. Now, there are other good companies out there that are making good scenery too, but they're my top scenery makers. And I support them with a passion, because without them, and if you don't buy their products and don't support them by buying the products, they could disappear, and then you'll end up with no hope in the future for future updates or anything like that. So do buy the products, do support them. You know, don't obtain them freely. If you do, and I'm only going to say this, if you do do it in that manner, make sure that if you like it, you keep it, you buy it. If you don't, if you don't buy it, then you're not supporting the developer. And we want to keep supporting developers to make great scenery. So if you happen to come across a copy of it that's not you haven't purchased, have a look at it. If you like it and they're going to keep it and use it, please buy it, and then get rid of that naughty copy that you shouldn't have anyway. So that being said, yeah, because if we don't support our developers, yeah, all right, it might seem a bit expensive. I paid 43 American dollars for this package, I think it was, and you know, all in all fairness, it's worth every dollar. You know, I imagine it takes hours and hours and hours to develop scenery, you know, and airports. And, you know, if you're not going to do it and they're going to do it, yeah, you've got to pay for their time. Okay, anyway, as you can see, no more double-up aircraft here since I turned the parked aircraft off. Okay, so we just have the static aircraft pretty much the way I'm sure the scenery developer has intended it to be. So the scenery is working fine, again, apart from the fact that the buildings down the end are missing. So there we have it. What is the issue, guys? Somebody who can answer me. I would love to know an answer to this issue. I would love to find out what's going on, even the developer yourself, if you can get back to me, and why objects float in the air when you turn follow runway contours on. Why do objects float in the air? Because some of my airports, like Madeira, need that on for it to look right, and without that turned on, it just sits on the water. So yeah, what's the difference between Steam and digital? What is going on with this product? That's what I'd like to know. This is Crafty Gamer Oz66. Rate, comment, like, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. Thank you very much for your attention, and I hope to have a video with an update on a issue resolved on this. Thank you. See you next time.